chatbot section, you can easily create your own customized chatbots. You can create as much as chatbot you want. You can set to your all new leads, or you can send them manually using the chatbot button in the chat window. Before showing you how to create new chatbot, let me show you how the chatbot works. First, let me run and send a simple chatbot to my WhatsApp number. Here you can see the message delivered to my number. It contains text and 3 action buttons. Depending on which button I choose will be an action accordingly. For example, let me choose English here. So as you see, according to my English button selection, this listed option appears. Again here, depends on option selection from the list, it will be an action accordingly too. For example, let me choose chat with us. So here we go. You can see according to my selected option, this text message appears. So we have 3 types of action response in chatbots. That is buttons, list, or text messages. So now let me show you how we can create simple chatbots. For creating a chatbot, the first thing you have to do is to click on the chatbot button and go to the chatbot section. Here you can see the list of your chatbots. There is no limitations. You can have as many chatbots as you want. For adding a new chatbot, click on the Add Chatbot button that appears in the top right corner. Now you can write your chatbot name. Here I write test. And I click on the submit button. After you click submit button, you get back to the chatbot section. If you click on this edit button, you can change your chatbot's name and you can remove them by this bin icon, or you can active or inactivate them using this toggle button. By clicking on this button, you can set the chatbot as a primary chatbot that will be sent for your new leads. So to add questions to your chatbots, you have to go to the question section. So for doing this, click on this icon here. Now for adding question, just click on the add question button, which it appears on the right top corner. Now first you have to select your question type. There are 3 types of questions: buttons, lists, and text messages. I choose button for now. So the next thing you have to do is to write your question name, which appears on the questions list. So now I'm gonna write test question number 1. And I will add my question. I will write this is the first question and it has 3 buttons. And here you can add buttons for answer. I'm gonna add 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can see the option 1, the option 2, and the option 3. Select user to assign lead is an option for you to assign your clients to a specific agent according to their answers. And the select next question, here you have to select the next question asked after clicking on this button. So now we have no more questions. So let's add some question and get back to this. After you did everything, just click on the submit button to add your question to your question list. Now we created our first question. Here you can edit questions or remove them or active or inactivate them. Let's create another question. Here I will select a list type questions. The only difference between button type questions and list type question is the list title, which will appear on the message. Let me complete this question. For example, the name is test question number 2 and the question is, this is a second question which contains 3 list items. The list title is a text appears on the message. You will see it later. So I will go for items. Here I'm gonna add 3 items. That is item 1, item 2, and item 3. And I click on the submit button. So now we have 2 questions. Let's add another one, which is just text messages. For the name, I will write test question number 3. And the question is, this is just a text. And I will click on the submit button. So now it's the time to link questions together. For example, I'm gonna click on the edit button in the first question, and I link the option 1 to the question number 2 and the option 2 to the question number 3, and I don't need the option 3, so I will remove it. So I will write what the option 1 does. The option 1 does goes to question 2, and the option 2 goes to question 3. I mark them to have better explanation for you, and I click the update button, and I do this action for other questions. Now I simply created a chatbot, but here's a thing to consider. The mechanism of chatbot is to ask the first question is active, and according to user's answer to that question, it links to other questions. So if you want to change the first question, you can rearrange them by using these keys. For example, I will change the question number 2 with the question number 1. You can see they are changed. So I can use these arrows to change the order. So now it's the time to test our chatbot. For doing this, I will go to the message section and I will choose my WhatsApp number, and I send the chatbot to my WhatsApp number. For doing this, I click on the chatbot icon here and I will choose the test and I send it to my WhatsApp number. As you see, I got it here. So we have two options. We have option 1 that goes to the question 2, and we have option 2 that goes to the question 3. So I will go for option 1, and after I click it here, you can see the second question is sent to me. So here we have two items. Item 1 is back to question 1, and item 2 goes to question 3. So I will use the question 2, the item 2, and you can see here the third question, which was just a text, sent to me. So you can see our chatbot is running completely great and it has no problem. It was a really simple chatbot, but you can use your creativity to create more and more complicated and better chatbots to boost your business.